Watch me close a deal for $9,000 within 40 minutes. I have a virtual assistant agency, aka staffing agency, aka recruitment agency, and I help people get virtual assistants overseas, but I also upsell done for you advertisements and done for you automations. And that's how we were able to get to the price point of $9,000. I've studied NEPQ, I've studied gap selling, and that's some of the stuff that you're gonna see within this sales call. And if you're a salesperson, an aspiring salesperson, or you have your own business, this is gonna be extremely beneficial to you if you watched all the way throughout, get yourself some popcorn, sit down, and actually learn, or play this in your ear while you're driving, while you're cooking, and listen to how I sell. I've been featured on Yahoo Finance, MarketWatch, Morningstar, Investors Observer. I've helped a whole bunch of people make a lot of money, as you can see right here on the screen. Travel the world, got my dream car, blah, 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 blah. Now, I don't want you to go here right now, but you can go to school.com/GHR after you watch this video. Take a look at what I have to offer for only $37 a month, because the price is gonna go up to $197 a month very, very soon. And you get access to all 9 of my courses. You get access to me on a weekly basis where I could watch your sales calls, look at your advertisements, look at your automation, help you with improving your business. And you also get access to my virtual assistant agency course, where you can learn how I staff assistants for people's businesses and make a lot of money while doing it. Do me a favor right now, like, subscribe, and definitely comment thank you, because not a lot of people are showing their sales calls right now because they don't want to reveal their prices. I simply don't care because I don't really sell these services anymore. So I want to help you out. Let's jump right into the sales call now.
Good.
Good. Glad to hear it. I like the backdrop.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, cool. Glad to have you on the call. Glad to have you in the group. Let's chat it up, man. What do you got going on?
So I do a high ticket coaching thing. I teach software development using a low code tool called Microsoft Power Apps. And so I have a happening YouTube channel. I've got over 10,000 subscribers. And we're trying to fill up our sales, all of our sales slots for the week. And, we're about to turn on some ads and stuff, and we're using HubSpot, and we're using ClickFunnels. And it's not, I don't know. I've been exposed to the Go High level, and it seems like you guys know a lot about that. So I'd like to hear, just based on our situation. I mean, gee whiz, we're spending like thousands of dollars with HubSpot.
It's 13. Insane. It's insane. So is it just you, or do you have any clients that you also have on HubSpot? Like, do you have any of your clients that you're kind of managing as well?
I don't have any clients that I'm managing, no. So my clientele are people that want to learn Power Apps. So I use School with my high ticket thing, and I help them there, and we have like 3 group calls a week. Now my wife is, she's got a degree in marketing. She has a lot of experience in marketing, and she's trying to learn HubSpot. She's trying to learn ClickFunnels. She's used other CRM. She kept on, she's telling me, hey, HubSpot is like the de facto thing to use. And we're using Kartra, and we have about 2,200 leads on our list. And so I really like School. I wasn't really impressed with Kartra in a lot of ways. And so just based on my experience with Kartra and her always complaining about Kartra, when she suggested HubSpot, I'm like, hey, if you're going to love it and you're going to be able to do all these really cool things, suppose he's got tons of features, but she doesn't know about all the features yet. And she is incredibly busy with the home and our 2 toddler kids and taking them to school and stuff. And I feel like I need to be more involved, but I don't got time to learn all this ClickFunnels, the ClickFunnels and the HubSpot. And
right.
We're using like Jot forms and all that. I'm also interested in what you can teach me about virtual assistants. I think that's originally how I got interested. I think I saw one of your TikTok ads about virtual assistants. So I'm interested in all that, to be honest.
Let me ask you this first. How come you're paying so much with HubSpot? Usually they only charge you so much if you have like crazy amount of contacts or like a bunch of sub accounts.
Yeah, so we are, I think it was free for under, I think maybe when we hit the 2,000 mark, I think that's when they started like, my wife looked at all the features because they have a CRM, they've got all, sales marketing, they've got like 5 different parts of it. And she knows that I'm looking at Go High level because I've heard a lot of people recommend it. Like, it's great. I think what Go High level has I'm really lacking is all the follow-up,
Yeah, I think if there's any important thing about a CRM, it's definitely the follow-up, right? So the interesting thing about HubSpot and Go High level, I know big companies that have moved from HubSpot to Go High level. And then I know massive companies that just are with Go High Level. I don't know what they used before.
Yeah.
But all the big companies that I've paid for mentorship from, not one of them have used HubSpot. Like,
really,
I'd say at least 50%, at least 60% of them were using Go High Level. So HubSpot is great. I don't know what it is in HubSpot. I'm not sure if it's like something for like companies that are doing 10 million a month or something like that, but I don't know why it's so outrageously expensive. But to me, has almost less features than Go High Level. Like Go High Level, you don't need Jotform. You don't need what's the other thing that you mentioned? ClickFunnels. You don't need ClickFunnels. You can use it for your opt-in page just so you can get that 2 Comma Club award, but you don't need ClickFunnels. I build all my websites on Go High Level. As far as the follow-up, the cool thing is that like let's say you work with us, I can import all of my follow-up features into your Go High Level account and then customize it to you, right?
Okay.
Which is probably one of the most exciting things. So the coolest thing about it is like the sites, you could build out sites, you could put your pixel into it and stuff, and then you can have your forms that integrate directly with the sites, and then you can have those sites and forms integrate directly with your automations. So if someone opts in, you don't need Zapier to pop them into HubSpot and do all that extra stuff. It'll immediately go from your website directly into your automations. And that's kind of how you've been able to get here today. Anyways, like everything that I preach usually is the reason why people are on the call with me. Like I probably didn't really text you. I had virtual assistants and my automations. I probably didn't really say too much on school. I think I chatted with you. I read your comments, but then like my VA took over at some point. So like a lot of that, most businesses need this. It's almost like fundamentals. It's never like it's not a matter of if, it's always a matter of really when, because you're going to come to a point where you're like, man, I can't do all this by myself. And I don't want to pay somebody $15 an hour. Even if I do pay someone $15 an hour, that's low pay over here. So they're going to quit eventually.
Yeah.
So with VAs, it's like 5 to 6 an hour. They're getting paid swell. They're happy with that.
Okay.
Right? And they're going to stay. And if you treat them properly, like they'll stay for years. So that's kind of the biggest thing about it. Like you got Go High Level, you got the website on there, the automations, you got your VAs operating with all your leads within your Go High Level system. And you've already got your school platform, you got your free platform and stuff. So as long as you have a lead generation system, like a proven lead generation system, you go. So how do you charge services? You mentioned how you get.
What was that? You broke up there a little bit.
How much do you pay? How much do you charge clients?
$7,500. That's for a 12-month program.
And then what are they like? What's the overall benefit? Not like, hey, they get to learn this and that, but like, what's the actual end benefit that they really want?
A lot of them want to become freelancers, make money working from home, be their own boss, and just freelance. Some of them just want to get a job, get a better job. Some of them want to implement Power Apps in their current position. So there's like 4 or 5 different type of avatars that it seems like are my students. Some of them want to start a software company. They just want to write an app in Power Apps and sell it over and over again. And I get a lot of IT directors that are like 60, 65. They just want to retire and do some cool app development with Power Apps and just make extra money as they retire.
So you could develop apps with Power Apps.
Absolutely. That's the whole purpose.
So it sounds like a big one. Oh, that's the same thing you're saying.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
The one drawback, it's sort of a big one. If you're creating apps within your own company, it's great. If you want to create an app for somebody outside your organization, it's not really meant for that, So you think Microsoft Office 365, now they're calling it Microsoft 365, where you've got your Outlook, your Word, Excel, and you got your SharePoint. Everything's within your organization. So you're creating apps for your own like internal processes and stuff.
Okay, makes sense. And how are you getting your leads now?
Mostly organic YouTube.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it's mostly it. Yeah.
So that's majority. Like, do you have any ads running or anything like that, or referrals?
No, not really. Not anything of significance. And I probably have like 25 paid students since April, and So I was working 2 full-time jobs just to pay the bills and everything. I resigned from one, and then I'm looking to resign from the other. I just need something consistent. Like if I had, I don't know, 2 or 3 student signs up a week, I feel like I'd be set, you know?
Okay. So if you were to call out your ideal buyer, like something that you would hear on the phone call that you'd be like, oh man, this guy's definitely going to buy. Like, what is it about your ideal buyer? Like what's one characteristic that you would call out in an advertisement, let's say?
Sure. They're in a position where somebody's asked them to do something and they're trying to be an office hero. And they want to impress their boss. They want to either get a promotion, or that they're trying to do that as a stepping stone. So eventually they can become a freelancer in the future. That's probably the majority of it. And they've started a project and they're all messed up and it's a big Frankenstein mess, and they need somebody to come in, take them by the hand and show them how to do it right.
Gotcha. And what would be their title? Like if you were to quickly call them out in an ad, like you want to be the office hero, but like, what are you going to say to call them out? Who are they? Like you mentioned IT director is one of the people, like 65-year-old IT directors. So give me another example for this type of person. Are they like IT support, or are they like what do you think their title would be? Because this is how you're going to find people with ads. You've got to call them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so you've watched a bit of the sales call now. You can tell I know what the hell I'm doing. So I just want to remind you, we do have 9 of my courses, access to me on a weekly basis for $37 a month. And we've helped all of these people make a lot of money. I'm not going to jump into too much detail on all of these courses here, but if you go to school.com/GHR, watch the video that I have there, you're going to see the tremendous amount of value that you're getting. Okay, let's jump back into the sales call.
One aspect of it is like they are, I don't know, they're go-getters. They're looking to, like, they see solutions and they're being held back by everybody else, or other people just don't have the vision. They want to become this like superhero. And I'm about to rebrand as Superpower Labs. So there's an element that I want to go after, which is a superhero thing. But to call them out specifically, yeah, they're trying to be an office superhero. They're trying to pull some feet off in their office and like, hey, look what I built, you know? And they're just like this hero.
Okay. And all right, we'll dive into that a little bit more later. But one quick note, you want to be able, because the thing is, if you say you're trying to be an office hero, like let's say that was your hook, you're gonna get a lot of people that don't do anything involving Power Apps or building apps, and they're just not gonna qualify. It's not gonna make sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why you have to call out their specific like department or something. You know what I mean? So that we'll get into that a little bit later. But essentially what I do, just to break it down really quick, because it sounds like you're the type of person I can help. People that I can't help, I quite frankly tell them within the first like 10 minutes of the call, don't think it's going to make sense. I think that you're not in the place, you don't have the proper pricing, or you don't have the proper structure. But it sounds like you have a good thing going. What we can help you do is build out your Go High Level. We have a $497 account. So what we could do for you is put you on Go High Level for free. You don't have to pay for Go High Level until you quit HubSpot. So let's say you wanted to try them both simultaneously. I can keep you on Go High Level for free until the point that you said, okay, Joseph, I'm going to quit my HubSpot. Go High Level is definitely way better. If in the case you're like, Go High Level is not better, you could just continue to use HubSpot and that's fine. So we'll have you on Go High Level. We'll build out a funnel for you, right? We'll build out your funnel. We'll build out all your automations. We'll start to help you out with your advertising. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to script your ads. You're going to film your ads, okay? And then we're going to chop it up and edit it the way that you see my edits, my higher level edits. Because sometimes you'll see my ads that are in testing where they're not like amazing edits, but they're like, okay, I do that myself so that we can quickly test. And then the ones that like do really well, I push it up to my editor and he edits it really, really good. It looks really nice and crisp. And I'll cut my cost per lead in half. So we'll do that whole process. We'll do the editing, you film it. We're going to even script your VSL. I'm sure you're familiar with what a VSL is, right?
Yeah.
So we'll script that for you. We'll edit that for you. And then once we chop up and put together your whole advertisement, we're going to launch it on TikTok ads. And if for any reason you're like really eager to get on Facebook ads as well, we'll help you with launching that too. But we're not going to be super hands-on with Facebook because our specialty is really TikTok.
Okay.
So we would launch you, we would get you within KPI, we would help you understand your KPIs and how to become profitable with your ads. And if you're wanting to build out lead magnets, that's not really part of our program, but some people have asked like, hey, can we get started with lead magnets? We point you in the right direction with that.
Okay.
So we get you into KPI, understand the KPIs within 3 months. It's a 3-month program. We're going to launch it, and then we're going to have calls with you on a weekly basis to go over your TikTok ads and show you what we look at and how to adjust based on what we've done with our own ads. Okay. And then we help you scale up. The whole goal is for you to not have to rely on any marketing agencies pretty much ever again. You do it yourself. Don't pay anybody $3,000 to $5,000 a month. Doesn't make sense. You learn the skill, and then if you want, you can get a virtual assistant to handle your marketing. That's not really what we push people to do, but it's what some people have done. But we'll get you a virtual assistant to handle all of your leads and go high level. Okay, that's the final part of the trifecta. Okay, so we put somebody in, we get a really good appointment setter. We help them understand what exactly the whole goal is with all your leads, which is booking more appointments for you. We have a whole system in place where it's just a crazy intricate system. It'd take an hour for us to go through right now, but it's like it's a combination of calling, texting, voicemail drops, setting the automations, adding different tags, pushing through to different workflows, and a bunch of crazy stuff. So that's essentially our entire program. Okay. And the whole goal is that by the end of the 3 months, you'll understand Go High Level fully. You'll have a virtual assistant that also understands it. You'll understand how to launch your ads whenever you want and continue to get them into KPI and start getting way more leads. And you'll be able to close more deals essentially. Right?
Yeah. Sounds great.
Yeah. Unlock all of our higher tier courses. So right now you have the lower tier, which is like the crash course for Go High Level, shows you how to use it. You got the TikTok that shows you how to launch little things. And then you've got the VA. It's like, I don't know, 5 videos. It kind of breaks down exactly how to quickly put up an ad, but no real, like no SOPs, know how to track their screen. And it doesn't have the higher level stuff, which like pretty much my 7-hour course. So once you work with our program, we unlock those 3 courses for you, which is a lot more in-depth material. But yeah, and I have no doubt that you'd be able to get way more clients with our program, and it'll definitely be exciting.
Okay. Very good. So it's a 3-month done with you type of system, right? So
it's a done for you, done with you hybrid.
Okay.
Right, because we're building out, we're doing that for you. We're building your funnels. We're scripting and editing your ads. We're building all your automations. So that part's done for you. And then as far as done with you, we're sitting there with you. And after we've already launched the TikTok ads, which is another done for you, then we start to kind of look at everything together and we tell you, hey, click this, duplicate this. This is how we do that. This is what we need to understand. Look at these CPLs here. This is the problem. We need to turn this off. We need to try a different audience, like all that stuff. That's what we work on.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah, man. So do you think it makes sense for me to kind of break down the pricing and see if it would work for you?
Yeah, please.
Okay, awesome. So typically the program is $8,500. What we do for everybody that hops on a call with us, we do waive the setup fee, which is $1,000. So it'd be $7,500 if you were to take action today. But yeah, let me know if that's something that works for you. If everything sounds good, and we can go ahead and get started.
Yeah. Do you have any type of payment? So what I have right now is I would love just to pay it all up front and get the discount and everything today. So when I go down below 10,000, I get a little nervous. So I like to have some type of money so I can make payroll. I have a few employees, and I just want to probably get 1 or 2 more sales before I make a big purchase like that. But do you guys have any type of a thing where it can be broken down?
Yeah. So if you want to keep it the 85, you could break it into 2. If you want to do that, or if you want to do 9 flat, we break it into 3.
Okay.
Okay. So 3 months. So then you do 3,000 over the course of the next 3 months.
Let me write all this down. Okay, so if we so you said it's
let me make it a little bit more attractive for you, since it sounds like the payment plan is probably the best option for you. I could do 8,000 flat for you for 2 months. Okay, so there'd be 4,000 now, 4,000 next month.
Okay.
Or we could do 3,000 for 3 months.
3K, 3 months.
So it's
Okay.
a 4.2 or 3.3.
Okay, very good. Yeah, let me look
What do you
over
think
my
makes the
number.
most sense?
What's that?
Oh, you want to look over your numbers?
Yeah, and I want to talk to the wife about it, and I can get back to you by the end of the day or within 24 hours.
Okay.
I just want to. I feel good about you guys and what you're offering and the value and everything. It's what I need to make sure is that. Okay, so here's a question for you: how long before I'm able to get everything up and running? Is it going to take like a month or 3 months to get everything running?
Yeah, good question. So as far as the virtual assistant, like sometimes we'll have people that are like, we need a VA like now.
Mhm.
Like we really like what you said about virtual assistants and saving time. I don't want to wait until we're getting leads from TikTok to then get a VA. I have I have some tasks I can give them now. So let's
Yeah.
start with a VA ASAP. So then we'll hire the VA for them. We guarantee within 7 business days of the day you request. Okay, so that's within 1 week you'll have a virtual assistant. As far
Okay.
as the CRM, we typically build that within 5 business days, and you'll have
Mm.
that up and running. You'll have it customized and everything, and be able to use it immediately. So as far
Mhm.
as VA and CRM, you can have that in the first week. As
Okay.
far as the ads, that's mostly going to depend on you. I'm going
Mhm.
to script it and almost make it so easy for you to just get it done. But I
Mhm.
have had clients that they're just like, I don't know, so nervous, and I have to tell them like, hey, don't be intimidated. Just, you could do it. But I
Yeah.
make it so easy. I even tell you how to use a teleprompter app and like all this cool stuff
Okay. Yeah.
to do it, to get it done faster. But I've had people just get that script, recorded for me within 1 week as well. But
Okay.
then once we do that, then we build out the website, we build out the funnel. So all in, if you're quick, we can get the TikTok stuff up and running within 2 weeks. So all in all,
Wow.
within 2 weeks, you can have stuff like literally running, like going. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
again, it's going to depend on you. So I don't want you to come in saying, "Oh, he said 2 weeks," but then I'm like, "Hey, we're waiting for you to record your ads." You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. So I am very used to being in front of the camera. I do live streams and all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff every week.
And
So I think I could turn that on. So why the line of questioning I'm giving you is like, hey, how soon can you guys help me ramp this thing up so I pull in more money so that
could pay
my
it
blood
back.
pressure goes down as far as how
Yeah,
much
yeah,
money.
yeah. You know, it's cool too. I don't really say this because this isn't like a huge highlight of our program.
Uh-huh.
But if you have a lot of people that need to sign agreements in your program, like when they
I
first
do.
pay, and then you also have like a welcome message that they get like access to a website that they could sign on. We show you how to
Mhm.
automate all that. And then if you want to start getting your clients into like a Slack, like you'll see with our program, once you pay, you
Mhm.
immediately get into a Slack channel with us. You immediately get sent an agreement, automatic. And then on
Mhm.
top of that, you get a welcome message. That welcome message will have a link to an onboarding page that will tell you the next steps. So we can also guide you on how to automate those things, which really like amps up the professionalism when it comes to, how you display yourself to your clients when they first come in.
That sounds great. That's part of the thing is like everything's falling through the cracks. I've got all these part-time people and but like you said, $15 an hour and that's what I'm paying most of my people, $15 an hour.
Wow. How many
And
people do you have?
ah, one, two, three, six,
Oh my
six
God.
people.
Oh my
And
God. You're paying them all 15?
well, one of them I'm paying to, he's my right-hand man. He's helping me teach and stuff. He's my mentor from over 20 years ago. So he's probably
Wow.
worth more than 20 an hour. So that's why I'm paying him
Right.
20 an hour. But yeah, the other people are like just helping me do what you probably helped me get a VA for, like
Oof. Wow.
I
Yeah.
asked my wife, she's the HubSpot expert. I'm like, hey, are those Panda docs sent out to them? I need a non-disclosure. I need them to sign the agreement before I give them access to everything. And
Yeah. You got to automate all that. So like
yeah,
what we
it's
what we
exhausting.
do is we can help you with setting it up with Panda Docs, but we use Sign Now, which literally no one has heard of. Like as far as
Really?
the coaching world, I don't
Yeah.
know anybody that's using Sign Now. I found this myself, but it's
Okay.
cheaper. Panda Docs is like, I don't know, 50 a month or something like that, 55 if you get the business plan,
Probably.
which you need to use with Zapier. We
Yeah.
paid 20 a month with Sign Now. I mean, whoop-de-doo, freaking $30, but
Yeah.
that, and it's really easy to use with Zapier. And
Okay.
we just set it up to where contracts go automatically out. So like if you have like an agreement as well as an NDA and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right when someone pays, it'll get sent out. You know what I mean? Like you'll have to do one thing, like which we'll show you how to do, but it sends out, and then you don't have to worry about that. They'll get that along with a welcome text, with which will have the onboarding thing, as well as having a Slack channel created. The reason why, how do you usually communicate with your clients? Like, what's the main way that you guys keep in touch?
Email,
Okay.
which is awful because, like, you know, you got spam filters and
Oh yeah. So if you just had everybody in a Slack channel, and then you had your team in those Slack channels, there would never be a time where a question goes unanswered from your clients, right?
Okay.
There would be a much there'd pretty much be no delay, because you have multiple team members, and if you're not able to get to it, they'd nudge you if you're the person that needs to answer. So having that Slack channel is a huge plus. And if you're getting it created immediately, as well as the agreement and all that stuff, like it's a huge time saver. And as far as like your costs, like we would save you money just on your payroll. Like you would be able to pay this back just on payroll. Even if you replace just 2 of your employees over the course of the next 6 months, you'll save north of 7,500. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Right.
So
if you could just take your 2, I don't want to say worst employees, because I'm sure you like all your employees. I'm sure you have a good culture going, but just imagine like your 2 employees, like it's a business at the end of the day. There's not we're not all friends just hanging out. You know what I mean? So it's like the money matters. So if you're able to just your 2 least employees, replace them with a day, you're saving $10 now. That's $20 total per hour. If you're having on for full time, 20 times 8 minutes, let's say 20 times 40 times 52, you're saving, oh my God, you're saving 41,000 for the year. You know what I mean? You're literally saving. Oh, okay. You know what? Let me not get ahead of myself. Let's do the math for a regular VA. 150 times 52.
Yeah,
okay, you're saving 33,800.
I'm doing Calendly. I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
So you won't need Calendly. You won't need I had Calendly, and I'll be frank with you. I like how Calendly looks better than Go High Level. I'll be frank.
Yeah.
But Go High Level it's very close to how Calendly looks. So I was a little bit sad to cancel Calendly, but I've never looked back. Especially when I was getting charged $350 per year or something like that. I was getting charged like $350 a year. I canceled Calendly. I canceled ClickFunnels. I canceled WordPress. I canceled Typeform. Or actually, I think I still have Typeform, but like the free version or something like that. And then I'm going to turn that off and put it all on my calendar. But I was able to cancel all those, get VAs instead of regular employees. Just a lot of stuff that you're saving money on, man. HubSpot, you're paying ridiculous amounts for. I can't even imagine how much you're paying in HubSpot. So all these costs, like you're just with these costs alone, you're probably saving, is it 10K, 8K a month, or I don't know, 7K a month, depending on how much how many hours you're paying your assistants. So yeah, definitely chat with your wife. I mean, I feel like it makes sense, of course. I'm biased, but chat with your wife. I'd love to schedule some sort of call for later on, just so we could secure this pricing for you. Because like I don't like leaving prices out there. Like I don't want to say, hey, let's do 8 flat for 2 months, and then days go by. I don't like to leave numbers on the table like that. So is there any time later on that might make sense that for sure you'd be able to talk to your wife?
Yeah, let me look at my calendar here, and I'm going to look at her calendar.
All right, so you've watched a bit of the sales call now. You can tell I know what the hell I'm doing. So I just want to remind you, we do have 9 of my courses, access to me on a weekly basis for $37 a month. And we've helped all of these people make a lot of money. I'm not going to jump into too much detail on all of these courses here, but if you go to school.com/GHR, watch the video that I have there, you're going to see the tremendous amount of value that you're getting. Okay, let's jump back into the sales call.
I would say by, let's say by 4 p.m. Now I have a 3 to 4 and onboarding with one of my students that just signed up. Maybe 4:15 would be a good time.
Makes sense. 4:15. And are you in the Eastern time zone?
Yeah, we're in Orlando.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to Orlando in April. Go to Disney World again.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, with my dad for his birthday. All right, cool. So here we go. 4:15. Let me just put in the calendar. while you're here with me, just so I can make sure you get it.
Yeah.
And how do you, by the way, how do you charge your clients?
Through HubSpot.
Okay, and does that go through Stripe?
I think so.
Okay. So like you can do the same thing with Go High Level. You charge and do invoices through Go High Level, and it integrates with Stripe.
I know we have a Stripe
like
account. I think she told me that HubSpot had some other payment gateway and she went with that instead or something, but we've used a lot of Stripe in the past.
Yeah, so I use mostly Stripe. High Level, they allow other ones, but I haven't looked at too much, other payment ways you can connect to the invoices. But I know other options, but yeah, I'll be able to compare them both and just see what works best for you. Like Go High Level can be like slightly clunky, but like once you learn it, like you'll think, how did I not know about this? That's how I felt when I first used it, because I was paying for a bunch of other crazy stuff too. All right,
yeah,
I'm just gonna put you on.
Yeah, I keep hearing about it, and I guess what my fear about Go High Level was, because we'd used Karcher before. It was like Karcher seemed like an all-in-one thing. It did all the video hosting, it did all the funnels, it did all the memberships and stuff. And like, Nicole, my wife, was like, I hate this page builder. I wish I could use ClickFunnels. So I hear all that. I'm like, okay, just do ClickFunnels. So I hope, and I hear it's very similar to ClickFunnels. So maybe she might feel at home.
It's very, yeah, they make it very similar. And their whole goal is to get people from ClickFunnels over. So it's actually part of the build automations. Like, honestly, most of it is very intuitive.
Yeah.
It's very intuitive. I just know that HubSpot, they just make it look a little bit more futuristic, I guess, a little bit more. But honestly, like, I don't have any complaints as far as the way it looks. Like, I'm pretty happy with the way it looks and how intuitive it is. Most people get the hang of it pretty quick.
Okay.
But it's like, would you rather something that like looks really nice or something that like works really nice and is significantly cheaper, right?
At the end of the day, I need sales coming in every day. That's really what I need.
Right. Do you guys pay for like, do you guys pay like individual text messages and like emails and stuff like that?
No, we actually don't use a lot of capabilities that I'm sure are in HubSpot. We just send out emails and like calendar. So we've got like a video that's like a landing page, like, hey, watch this VSL that I've done, which is really awful. I did it like a year and a half or 2 years ago. Need to redo it. So I'd be interested in your script that you come up with for us. And then and based on the type form, if they say, some people are like, I don't have any money to invest into my future. I'm like, well, maybe this isn't a good fit. And then if they don't hit that, then we're like, okay, well, book a call here. So it goes in the calendar, and Calendly is setting up all the emails sending out and the reminders. So that's been nice. So we just started utilizing that. I'm like, oh, that's a lifesaver. Like making sure they reconfirm and they're going to make it, So
you could do the same thing with Go High Level. Yeah. Like,
okay.
The cool thing about Go High Level is that instead of it coming from like a toll-free number, 800, it's like 855. It'll come from either you or like an assistance number.
Great.
Right? And that'll be the same number that, like, for instance, you received automations from me about this call and also from Christine, I think. Yeah. And you can text those numbers back and you'll get a response from either one of us, right? Those are like our work numbers. You know what I mean?
I've been impressed with your follow-up, and there was another company that did some really good follow-up, and turns out they use Go High Level.
What's the company?
And this other company, you may have heard of them, Conversionly.
Yeah. Yep. Have you used them?
Well, I signed up, and then they and this was about 2 months ago, and it's like I need to set up quickly so I can make sales so I can pay you, and then I did an onboarding and it was like 2 or 3 weeks out. And then they, I'm like, hey, I needed, and they said they were going to get everything up in 30 days. And it was like, well, that's from the onboarding call. And I still hadn't had my onboarding call. It's like, you guys just seem too busy to handle me as a client. It's like, I need help now,
Right.
And I don't think the wife really, I didn't get her blessing before moving. So I was dealing with a lot of, You know, she was upset with me, so I want to include her this time. And what I'm going to do is, you know, share with her everything you show, you know, you've told me today, and it seems like, you know, just what you were saying. Like I could have a VA by the end, and if you give me the script, I can record it ASAP. Sounds like you guys have the bandwidth to take me on and to help me in you know, quickly. And also what you said about having, I was really stressed about having, you know, I guess it was it's like $99 a month or even $299 for the go high level. The fact that, you know, we have you said you can give me an account and we get everything up and running until you feel comfortable, you know, before we turn off the HubSpot. So sounds like it sounds like a winner to me, man.
Yeah. And even after you cancel HubSpot, Go High Level is typically 97. We're only doing 79. Since we white labeled it, we're able to kind of configure the pricing. So it's 79 a month. So you're saving a little bit more even there than you are from Go High Level, but it's literally Go High Level. We white labeled it. Yeah. But
I don't know why, based on how good that Go High Level sounds, I'm surprised they're charging so little, but maybe that's one of the huge upsides, you know.
You know, they just have I think the big thing is that they have like a long-term game, you know, like they know that they can get everybody from ClickFunnels, everybody from HubSpot, everybody, you know, they're getting everybody from everywhere. And they're an all-in-one system. The great thing about it is like you hear like jack of all trades, master of none. That's probably what happened with Kartra. They tried to do everything and now it's like terrible. But Go High Level, like they're so quick to update things and listen to their users that whenever there's an issue, like they fix it. And the cool thing is you're getting in when they made a whole bunch of updates. Like they just made some really cool updates to like their website builder, their calendar builder. Like it looks a little bit nicer. They did make it look a little bit nicer, which I like a lot. Yeah. But conversionally, by the way, were you able to kind of get your money back from them and not have to deal with? Okay, thank God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a bummer.
Yeah, the owner reached out to me and said, yeah, we dropped the ball. There was a glitch. I guess they had onboarding sessions open, but at a given moment, something was messed up, and it said the only availability they had was like 2 or 3 weeks later. So they took ownership of that and stuff. And I was like, you know, I just invested and that's something I wasn't clear with Conversionly. They pretty much use Go High Level. And I'm like, well, I just invested thousands of dollars with HubSpot and thousands of dollars with ClickFunnels, and I just was really on the fence about that. But just based on, I've been looking into Go High Level, and the thing is, my wife is so busy, she doesn't have time to create the landing pages. So I need somebody to either help me do that, or maybe it'd be simple enough so that I could go in and create maybe a page or something like that.
Yeah. That's a big thing with us. Like what we're going to do is build out your funnel. And then whenever you need to make changes, because you need to test, like when you're doing ads yourself a lot, especially further down the line, when you're trying to rapidly test, you can't continuously use the same page. You have to create different pages. Really? So the coolest thing, you have to, because like, and it's a good thing to know, because I spent months using one page and adjusting that same page. And then I would have 2 different messages and 2 different ads, and I would redirect them to one message on my funnel, which wasn't good. It wasn't congruent. So because of that, one ad set would fail and this one would do well. And I would never know why one is failing, but it's because you need multiple websites saying different things. And it took me a while to learn that. I don't know why, but we show you how to, we build out the funnel and then show you how to quickly duplicate it, create a new pixel, because you have to create a new pixel whenever you're starting a new campaign that you're trying to test different angles.
Yeah. You'll
create a different pixel. You'll put that new pixel onto the second website. All you have to do is duplicate it and then change the headline. And then maybe you can decide to create like another, like for instance, I'll give you an example of what I do just to be transparent. We have kind of like a base funnel that we use, most likely the one that you saw. And then sometimes I'll be like, you know what? I've been in real estate for 4 years. Like, let's test some real estate investors and real estate agents. I'll duplicate my main page, and it'll be the same exact VSL where I'm like, hey, you need VAs, you need your CRM, you need blah, blah, blah. But instead of it saying like, grow your business, it'll say like, grow your real estate business. Like, get way more leads for your real estate business. Realtors are doing blah, blah, blah with this 3-step system. You know what I mean? And all I had to do was duplicate and change the headline. But now I'm getting way more conversions because I changed my messaging and it's congruent with my advertisements. And when you're
Okay.
more congruent, you get way more opt-ins, right? Versus trying to like have one message that fits all. You're going to end
Yeah.
up getting none. You know what I mean? You chase multiple rabbits, you get none. So it's
Yeah.
better to have multiple funnels for each like little niche and little pocket that you're trying to target.
That sounds great. I think you're speaking my wife's language. I think she would, if she was available, like if she's in your house, I would have pulled her in on this. And that's part of the frustration that she has with me is like, I want a break even funnel, and she goes, you don't even know what that means. And I'm like, but she's talking with you guys know all the marketing, all the CPMs and the click through, all the, I understand click through rates because from YouTube thumbnails, but she's got a degree in marketing and she's like whatever, but she just doesn't have the time. She doesn't have tons of experience doing click funnels and this type of thing that I'm doing, but she wants to get there, but she just doesn't have the time and stuff. So anyhow, I think this is going to be great, man. I'm leaning towards the 3 months at 3K and overall paying more just because of the cash flow. But man, if I just get like just 1 or 2 more sales this week, I mean,
right, exactly.
I wouldn't be worrying about it at all, And there's this one client that I'm doing programming for 40 hours a week. They're paying me a great hourly rate, but I want to be done with that. I just want to focus on this business. I don't want to be doing all this other crap, so I can focus and then scale,
Right. Makes sense. And it's cool. Like if after the first month, you're like, oh yeah, it makes sense for me to just pay this off early. If you don't want to go the third month, I'll let you pay the second month $4,500 and just keep that $7,500 price. Right.
Okay.
So basically 3,000. And then if the next month you're like, you know what, I don't want to do 2 more payments of 3,000. I'll let you just do 4,500 that second month if you just want to knock it out quick.
Okay.
Right.
Very good.
Okay. So yeah, definitely chat with your wife. I'll send you the meeting notes so that you can chat with her with kind of like a little bit of ammo.
Yeah, please.
But it's going to take a little bit to process. It might take like 30 minutes or something like that. And then I'll be able to send it to you later. Okay.
Very good. Well, thanks for your time. And I'll talk to you at 4:15.
Sounds good, man. We'll chat then. Have a good one.
All right. You too.
All right.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that sales call. As you could see, I was actually listening to what he needed and not just shoving a sale down his throat. I was only selling him something that I knew for 100% fact could help him, and that's what gave me so much passion here on this call. Whatever you're selling, whether it's your own services or someone else's, you have to actually believe in what you're selling. You have to be passionate about it, and this is a big part of what's going to make you a good salesperson. On top of that, you have to listen more than you speak. I use this program called Fathom that not only records and takes notes of the call, but while I'm on the call, it actually shows me a percentage of how much I'm talking versus they're talking. And if I'm talking more than 50%, I start to ask more questions and slow it down. If you guys have any questions about this sales call, anything I said here, anything about my course, my community, drop it down below. Definitely like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.